So when we're going back, I'm going to grab onto something. When I do my balance exercises, I'm always going to grab on, hold on to something. I definitely want to have that support. So even if it's the wall, if you have something on the wall, if you have a chair, then this is the way we can do that. And we're going to just start standing up straight. And I did that with you many times. And we can't get enough of it. We have to roll our shoulders back in the pockets of, I'm going to stand this way. Yeah, because it's easier for me. You're going to roll the shoulders back in the pockets of your pants when we still have pockets. And I want to engage my core a little bit, so kind of like pull together with the abs. Just kind of lightly. Even if we are doing that, we are supposed to be able to breathe. So just try to find out if you can breathe while you're doing that. Just kind of pull the abs and contract your abdominal wall. Just pull them a little bit in. Yes. And I always want to have, this is really important, I always want to have my feet straight forward, parallel position. So point your toes straight forward. So when you're bending your knees, you are going over the toes with your knees as well. And that is so important to build that posture from good feet underneath and then all the way up to the top of your head, of course. And I always say, pull yourself up to the sky, keep looking up, and just pull and pull and pull. That's where it all is, right? So you have that really long and tall feeling. So when you're standing still and you practice your posture and you practice your balance at the same time, just try to feel that all your 5 toes, even if you have shoes on or slippers on, that all your 5 toes are connected with your shoe, the ground, the floor, the bottom of your feet. So feel the bottom of your feet. They're giving you some good support. See it as just as if your toes were all spread out. And I always say hobbit feet. You remember the movie The Hobbit with all the webby feet. So imagine that you have hobbit feet and that you're standing really nice and strong on your feet. If you just feel that feeling, then you feel a little bit support already from the ground you're on. And then we want to make sure that we always go a little bit outwards if that is necessary. So lift the arch of your foot. Lift the arch of your foot so that you're not going inwards, right? We want to just lift up a little bit and then feel those 5 webby feet and feel our heels. From there on, if you're standing straight up, then you can have something on your head and you can get that box of tissues or just a little book and try to see if you are actually in a perfect alignment of your spine, we call that, when you are relaxing your shoulders and you hang your hands down. So very first thing here is just kind of posture correction. And my tailbone is towards my heels. It's underneath. And it drops kind of down towards my heels. So that is a really strong feeling while I'm putting my abs, pulling my abs together, and I'm lifting myself a little bit taller. If you want to do posture correction in front of the mirror in your bathroom or in your bedroom, it's perfect. Because what happens is that my wrinkled t-shirt in perfect posture should not be wrinkled anymore. So that's a perfect way of seeing if you are standing straight up, and if you're relaxing your shoulders, you take all the wrinkles out of your top or t-shirt. So unless it's on purpose, really crazy design, but you know what I mean. If you just have a simple t-shirt, whoop, and it really falls. So the very first thing we're going to do, and I'm imagining that you're going to hold on with 2 hands to your chair. In this case, I'm going to go with 1 hand. So if you're feeling a little bit more stabilized, then you can do 1 hand, but I like you to try it with 2 hands on your chair. Then you're going to go slowly, very slowly into the very first basic thing. I'm just going to grab this without leaning towards it, right? Because then my book is coming down. So I'm going to lean into the chair, but pull myself back, and I'm going to test my balance and just lift 1 foot and 1 knee to the front. I want to bend to the front. So I'm just kind of rolling my foot up. I'm just rolling, my toes are still, my heels up, my toes are still on the floor. So my knee is going forward. I do that because if I lift to the front with my upper leg strength, then my hip stays stabilized. So we want to do that. And then we're going to lift up a tiny little bit with our foot off the floor. Not very much. So you see, I can still kind of tap the floor. And I just want to try to stand on one leg for a little breath, or maybe even 2 deep breaths. And you can place your hands near your hips if you want to, or of course, 2 hands are on the chair, or even 1 hand is on the chair. But this is how we try that. So we're going to go to one leg, we roll and lift the other one without movement in the hips. We're just going to pick that foot up a little bit, tiny little bit, so I can keep my hips straight. And now I can practice standing on that leg. So I'm going to practice letting go and holding on, letting go and holding on. And so all I want to do is practice and stand for, and I feel it immediately. I feel my legs working immediately. I feel my ankle working immediately. Your foot might be just still rolling a little bit. That's very normal. Our foot are always moving because there's so many little bones, right? And so we're going to do the other side. Lift up with the knee to the front. Pull up a little bit in the core. Lift your heart to the sky. Pull yourself up all the way with a book on your head, or just a feeling right here. Now stabilize the hips. And you can do that by feeling those 2 hip bones. Put your fingers on it and feel that they're at the same level, right? We want to keep our hips leveled. And I'm going to lift this foot slowly up. And I'm going to try to balance right here. So with 2 hands on the chair in front of you, this knee does not have to come high up. I'm just wanting to pull together in the core and feel that strength. I want to feel this leg. And you see how much in alignment I am. So the legs are going straight forward to the same distance as hip width distance. And then I'm going to take it down again. Right? So you're going to try that exercise all the time, everywhere, in the kitchen, everywhere, except for in the bathroom. So anyway you can hold on to something, pick it up again, and just move slowly with your weight. So it's almost like you want to bring the center of gravity over that one heel without too much movement. And then I'm going to put it down. Yes. So you feel that? That is just a basic thing that you can do here